Rise in the morning. Your day just got started.
Everybody rise.
Rise with Dr. Z.
Everybody rise.
Wake up and live.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live. Everybody rise.
Rise in the morning.
Wake up and live.
Rise in the morning. Your day just got started. Rise with Dr. Z. Wake up and live.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live. Everybody rise. Wake up and live.
Good morning, good morning. Yes, it's another Saturday morning. It's a little cold where I am, but it's beautiful outside. The sun is coming out, and it seemed like if we are going to have a wonderful day today. So get up, call your friends, your family, everyone, and have them tune in. It is going to be a wonderful show this morning. All right, so welcome, Amaran, Kathy, Danke, Marie, Marion. Oh, please, Mirage Solandi and Natasha Charles. We're glad to have you guys on very early this morning. All right, so again, get some coffee, tea, whatever it is that fits you, and just share the program. Like it, love it, share it, whatever you want to do. And I just want to do a little shout out this morning to two sick people. It's Arlene Lawrence, who is going through a lot, and my mom, who is in the hospital in Brooklyn. They're both in Brooklyn. I'm shouting out specially to you guys this morning. I hope that you had a good night and everything is going to go well with you. And as usual, we do not start the show without a word of prayer. So at this time, I'm going to say a short word of prayer. Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for your blessings. Thank you for waking us up this morning, and not just waking us up, but in all right minds. Heavenly Father, I just ask you to bless each and every one of us, those who are on the show, those who are listening, those who are tuned in, looking. Oh, Heavenly Father, I just ask you to put a hedge of protection around us, because this pandemic is raising its ugly head again, and we need your protection. And so we thank you, we praise your name, and we ask you to continue guiding us, continue giving us your peace. I pray this morning for the sick. Oh God, those who are here, those who are listening, those who have family members and friends who are not doing well, we depend on you, God, for our healing. And we thank you for what you are going to do. In thy precious and most holy name, amen and amen. Welcome, Joycey Smith and Sue Patrice. Okay, so thank God for another beautiful morning. Our inspirational thought for the morning. Sometimes in life, our blessings come early, sometimes they come later, but they always come, and they are always on time. Keep praying, have faith, ask, believe, and wait, because miracles happen. Yes, sometimes in life, our blessings come early and sometimes they come later, but they always come. Remember that they always come, and they are always on time. Keep praying, have faith, ask, believe, and wait, because miracles happen. Respect people who finds time for you in their busy schedule, but love people who never look at their schedule when you need them. That's right. Respect the people who finds time for you in their busy schedule. They call, they check on you, but they always have a busy schedule. But they find time to look you up and to check you out. But love the people who never look at their schedule when you need them. When you call and you need them, they put everything aside. to be there for you. So love them. Yes. Welcome, um, Maureen Baptiste. Yes, Natasha, Susan Charles, oh, Serafina Kwashi. I am grateful to have you guys on. And so, before we go to the birthday corner, I just want to make mention of a few things. Very, very important. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on Friday. She died yesterday at the age of 87 due to complications of metastatic pancreas cancer. Yes. And we knew that she was ill, but this lady, she just never gave up. Even while in the hospital, she did her duty. And we just want to say a great thank you to her. She was a fierce advocate for gender equality. And Chief Justice John Roberts said, our nation has lost a jurist of historic stature. We at the Supreme Court have lost a cherished colleague. Today we mourn, but with confidence that future generations will remember Ruth Bader Ginsburg as we knew her, a tireless and resolute champion of justice. She was larger than life on and off the bench, despite her diminutive stature. She was only about 5 feet tall. But what a great woman! What a great woman. What an example she set for women all over the world. May she rest in peace. Awesome, awesome woman that any young child, any young woman could emulate. She just never lost it. Up to the end, she left some things, some words of wisdom for us. I'm not going to get into it this morning because I don't want the show to be political. But thank you. As Amaran said, thank you, Lady Ginsburg. Natasha Childs says, may she rest in peace, Serafina. And, you know, everyone is thanking her. And so I thank God for a woman of great stature. And I hope her family knows what an awesome gift they gave to not only women, not only the United States, but to the world in general. At this time, we go to the birthday and anniversary corner. Yes, Danke, may she rest in peace. So true. Yes, she is God's blessing. God blessing to her. Okay. We have celebrating yesterday Alison George, Yolan Bain Hosford, Nazim Burke, Marcia Smith, and Cecil Gittins. And we have people who are in Grenada, we have people who are in America, all over. As long as they are Facebook friends, we celebrate with them. And so I hope that you had a wonderful time yesterday. And today we have Cheryl Thomas and Trevor Modest. They are celebrating their birthdays today. And tomorrow, God's willing, we have Aaron Green and Theodore Gordon. And most of these people, I know them and I know some of them pretty well. So happy birthday, happy early birthday to you guys. And I'll go to the 21st. We have Francis, and 21st. That is tomorrow, Sunday. Monday, we have Vaughn Amor, Rashid Lowe, my my niece husband, that's right, Rashid Lowe, Williams James, Enville Cruikshan, Pieces Nigel Jones. So happy early birthday to you guys. I know it's COVID-19 time, but I know that some of you will find some way to enjoy yourself. Yeah. Friends call them, reach out to them, send a shout out, wish them happy birthday. Yes. And so Amaran says happy birthday to all the birthday people celebrated and will be celebrating birthdays. Sue says happy birthday to her auntie. Okay, Auntie Daphne Didier. 92 years of purpose driven life. Yes, I love the word purpose driven. Yes, because we all need to find out what our purpose is in this life. Don't just go through life thinking that you're just here. We are all here with a purpose. So thank you for saying that. And so I hope Auntie Daphne will have a wonderful, wonderful day of celebration. And yes, both Kathy and Danky says a blessing and happy birthday to all the special folks celebrating. And I'll tell you what, we are going to take a break and we are going to be right back with some purpose driven young men who are looking to make a difference in the lives of young people, you know, most of us, or a lot of us who are on this morning and listening from different parts of the world, but they are looking to make a difference in the lives of young men and women in Grenada. So we'll be right back.
Rise in the morning. Your day just got started.
Everybody rise. Wake up
Rise with Dr. Z.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live.
Wake up and live.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live. Everybody rise.
Rise in the morning.
Wake up and live.
Rise in the morning. Your day just got started. Rise with Dr. Z. Wake up and live.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live. Everybody rise.
Welcome back to Rise in the Morning with Dr. Z show. And we have three young men who have contributed. They made very valiant contribution to Grenada during their younger years. And they're still not old guys, but they did things that they would like to see the young men and women of Grenada having the opportunity to do. And so we're going to welcome first Mr. Timon Thomas, who hails from Grand Bras, St. Andrews, Grenada. His passion for sports was ignited at a very early age, and he later went on to make a career out of it. While in high school, he captained the Grenada national under 15 cricket team. After graduating, he worked as a teacher at the Westerhall Secondary School, where he helped manage the athletic program. While teaching, he became more involved in basketball in St. Andrews and served as PRO for the St. Andrews Basketball Committee for 3 years. In 2014, he migrated to the United States to pursue a bachelor's degree in sports administration. He is currently pursuing a master's in sports administration at Texas Tech University. He is presently the PRO of the SABF, and that's the St. Andrews Basketball Fraternity, and assists with the social media page operation. SABF serves as a perfect opportunity to spur the development of young people in St. Andrews while teaching them the fundamentals of basketball. His goal is to give back to the community as much as possible while gaining experience in the sports industry. Ultimately, he hopes to have a career in youth sports. Timon is passionate about using sports as a catalyst for young people's development, intending to help them impact the world. Welcome, Timon. It's good to have you on.
Thank you very much for having me. We're very happy to be here. We
Great,
want to share what we're doing as an organization, and we're very happy for the opportunity.
great. And so now I'm going to bring in one of your other guys who is on the show with you. I'm going to bring in Donnell Soley John. Donnell hails from Granbra, St. Andrews in the beautiful island of Grenada, who currently resides in Brooklyn, New York. He was an ardent basketball player at St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School. He is a founding member, player, and coach of the Skywalkers Basketball Club of Granbra, St. Andrews. He actually was. Donnell played both junior and senior level basketball for St. Andrews and represented Grenada in character basketball in 1989. He was a member of the Grenada Soccer Federation here in Brooklyn for a number of years, holding the post of president for 2 years, during which time players from Grenada was brought to participate in local competition in Brooklyn. Donald is currently an accountant by profession. Throughout his life, giving back to the community has always been important, and this current venture provides a very exciting opportunity to do so. Welcome, Donnell.
You, Dr. Z, and morning to our listeners. This is a great opportunity, and over the next hour or so, we will take that time to present our case to the Grenadian people, and especially the people of St. Andrews, as to what we would like to see going forward. And we welcome the opportunity to be on your program to reach the people. Thank you.
You are most welcome. And we'll bring in, last but not least, Stephen Grant Fortune. He started playing basketball at the age of 13 and represented the Grenville Secondary School and Grenada in the Windward Island High School tournament, where he was nominated as the most valuable athlete in 1990 and received the MVP award in 1991. He played community basketball with the team Salis Hawks and also served as captain, coach, and manager. Between 1989 to 2000, he represented St. Andrews in local and regional competitions, as well as Grenada at the OECS Club of Clubs tournament. He served as a member of the St. Andrews Basketball Committee for several years, where he organized competitions for junior and senior players and spearheaded the building of the basketball court on the dump site in St. Andrews. As an adult, his love for basketball continues as he coached various basketball and netball teams in Grenada. In the US, he volunteered by coaching the KIP Academy Middle School boys basketball team. Welcome, Mr. Stephen Grant Fortune.
Thank you, Dr. Z, and it's an opportunity to be here. It's a pleasure, and getting to know you last night for the very first time, I actually was very impressed with your personality, and it's an opportunity now for us to really give hearts out to what we're about to do and to get the Grenadian public and by and large the world to understand that what we're trying to do right now for youth development in St. Andrews, starting in St. Andrews, but by and large we're going to take it beyond that.
Welcome again. And so, you guys, some of you have been rivals over the years, but friends. And I make a point of saying that because some people don't understand. You might be rivals in sport or something that you do, but you are friends behind the scenes. And I smile about it because one of the things where people do not understand those things are in politics. Many times you find politicians are at each other's throat when they're in public, but behind the scenes they are friends. And so it's good to have you guys on, and this time you're doing something together to benefit young people in the island of Grenada and starting in St. Andrews. So I would like to, I know, Donnell, you seem to be one of the most outspoken ones.
Uh,
So
yeah,
I like you to start the ball rolling and let people know a bit about St. Andrews basketball fraternity and why you guys came up with this.
okay, so St. Andrews Basketball Fraternity is where we at right now. But what happened is over the summer, Dwight Gibbs called, and I think because of the coronavirus, there was supposed to be a program for the kids in basketball that was canceled and so on. But late in the summer, when everything was a little relaxed, Mr. Gibbs decided he wanted to do something to keep the kids engaged for the rest of the summer. So he called Ron Richardson, Zoot, out here, and tell him, I'm trying to do this event. You guys could help me on boards on a few things to facilitate the program. And Zoot made a call to Jimmy Conant. So these three people, I think, has been the most instrumental in putting this group together. Dwight Gibbs in Grenada, Ron Richardson here. Jimmy reached out to me and Zoot mobilized some people that we think would like to make a contribution. And we send a package back to Grenada, a package that involves balls and T-shirts and bags and different things that could facilitate the program. The response we get here was overwhelming. And when we sent the packages to Grenada, they were surprised as to the kind of support we had. And then we think, as opposed to doing a one-off program, why don't we continue with this and take it further? So we decided we will do it after the program has concluded. Every Saturday, 3 o'clock, we do it on the Grenville Court for now. And during school holidays and public holidays and vacations, we would run a workshop. So that is where it actually started. So, but after that, what we decided to do is we link with people and put together that group, which is a fraternity. We have people like Jerry Sincere in Grenada that's very instrumental, and we have a lot of people here in the US and all over. You have guys in Canada and so that has contributed and wants to be a part of the program and wants to give back to the youths. However, one thing I want to stress here is that basketball is the catalyst, but we are not focused on basketball solely. We are focused on youth development. We focus on stuff like conflict resolution, goal setting. We want to encourage volunteerism back in the community and bring the community together at large. Okay, so that is where it really started, just as a base, and I think we can take it from here. All right.
And I think it's a great idea to give back to the community that served you guys so well. And we have some pictures up there showing the kids that are involved. And I want to stress that it's not only boys. It's also girls. It's open to girls, the ages between 6 and 16 for now. And so I want you guys to expand on the other things that you want to accomplish and want to do where these youths are concerned besides just playing basketball.
So what we are trying to do as an organization is to, as Suli partially mentioned, we're trying to instill discipline, we're trying to instill values that the children can use in their daily lives. So what we have done is that we've sought the assistance of people in the community. We have assistant coaches, we have people who are willing to help with the development of the kids. While teaching them the game of basketball, we try to instill the fact that, you have to practice, and those things are going to transfer into their schoolwork and in other aspects of their lives. We also are reaching out to people who have specialities where as it comes to like conflict resolution or different abilities and different things that can be taught to them. We're also trying to bring along the parents with them so that when the kids come along to the program, the parents can hold them responsible for what they've learned. And the parents know, all right, you've learned this, you should be able to apply this to your life and make the St. Andrews Basketball Fraternity proud. So we're trying to make this program a holistic program. So as children graduate or as they leave the program, they can be considered an entire human being, someone who knows how to react in public, how to resolve a conflict, how to set goals, how to manage their time. And all of these are the things that we're trying to do within the program.
And as I said to you guys, it's good knowing that, but I think you guys secretly also wants to know that some of the kids from this program actually would go on and become sportsmen or sportswomen themselves, like Karani James and so on, in their field, and I think that's one of the things that you guys, because you guys excelled in what you did when you were in Grenada, and I think it's one of the things that you guys would like to see. What do you say, Stephen?
Yeah, well, certainly so. As we spoke about it, and I can actually say that when we left Grenada, I remember Sully and myself being very strong competitors against each other. I mean, on the court, we would battle it out, but in friendship, we had certain, even handshakes that it's only two of us that ever known the handshake that we have, because we were so close friends. We were like brothers. But when it comes to the game, it was a totally different situation. We played for different teams. We manage, coach, and captain different teams. We basically take the time off as young men. I remember at the age of 21, both Sully and I at 21, we were already coaching, managing, and building our own community teams. And when we left, we created a void. And looking back at that void that we've created, and looking at the disparities that have happened over the years in terms of basketball in Grenville, the continuity haven't really and truly moved to the next level that we would have like to see it. This is the opportunity here now for us to see the young men that we're looking at today could grow to become maybe the next LeBron James or the next Kirani. And this is the effort that we're trying to put into it, because it's just not just basketball learning. As Timon and Sully rightfully said, we're looking for leaderships. We're looking for leaders out of that program. My passion is in leadership, and I would love to see guys coming out of that program come with a mindset of leadership, looking to build their own, start their own, create their own, because whatever skills that we could impact on that community of young men and women that's coming up is going to lead them to the next generation of builders and next generation of leaders for Grenville and by and large St. Andrews and Grenada and the world. So as you said, secretly behind this, there is this major agenda, and we cannot really and truly just hide the agenda. It's out front, in front of everything that we do, because everything that we will be broadcasting will be based on learning and growing, and not in the area of sport, but learning and growing individually in the area of all different types of social, emotional skills. So
And you
yeah.
and you know what? We could actually even see ministers and maybe a prime minister or someone coming from that program, because what I notice and I love about this program is that it's not only about sports, it's about development of the entire mind, body, and soul. And I love that. And so because of this, I want you guys to, just talk a bit about who the coaches and so on will be, what you guys are doing, working with them to prepare them for being the ones who are going to be interacting on a great level with those kids.
Okay, if I can come in here and just to strengthen a point that Granty made earlier on, although we were rivals, we were friends. And just to expand on this a bit, Jared Sincere coached Skywalkers, Coca-Cola Skywalkers in the early days. And then we end up competing against Jared when we get to the senior division. We had guys like Schoon, Ulrich Schoon from Marquis, Dwight from Pearl. So we are all close friends. These are all people that are a part of it. So we have a representative of not just one sector of Grenville or the San Andreas basketball program or past. We have Lane Blazers, we have the Marquee guys, we have a variety of people. All right, and all these people contributed. To touch on the point you make about coaching the coaches. Gerard Sincere has been coaching for a number of years, maybe about 20 or so years. And what we have him do is he has come up with a program for the coaches. So the coaches will be coaching, but we will be coaching the coaches. And he will be working to make sure that the coaches conduct the sessions and keep in line with the standards that we want to pass on to the kids. So they would also be held accountable, that parents will be comfortable when they come and they look at the session or when they see the way we conduct ourselves. So we want to do it in a professional manner, not just a haphazard stuff where guys just go, you get a sweater. No, because they have to be, they are the ones in constant contact with the kids, and they're the ones that have to identify the at-risk kids. They are the ones that have to guide the kids with low confidence. They're the ones that have to build the program. So they are the forefront. And we think it was imperative that we make sure that we have the guidelines clear, that we set the program clear, and that we can do that. So that is where, when it comes from the coaching perspective, we also want to make one very important point. Although the program is geared for kids, we encourage the parents to be a part of this program, because our success would not only depend on the ability of the kids or the knowledge we impact on them while they're in our program, but they're going back home to a home where it is conducive to progress. And we really want the parents and the community to come along with us. As we mentioned when we, pre-interview, the retired people. There are retired people that has a lot to offer. And some people figure, okay, you reach the retirement age and that's it. No, these are people spend a lifetime building up skills and knowledge, and we would like them to come back and give back to the community, be a part of it, be active. So this is the way we want to go with the program.
And that is so true. The points that you made are so true because you can have the kids, but when they go back home, what happens in the home is so important, because you might have a kid who is excelling, and he gets home, and his dad says to him, "I don't want you playing this anymore." And right there you lose a great prospect. You lose that kid, and he goes in a different direction. And so it is important that you are visionary enough to say, I want the parents in on this ride also, because that is what makes a difference. I just want to welcome Vincent Julian from Trinidad. We have Dwight Gibbs, who is one of the guys that you mentioned. He says, greetings to you guys. And and Harold Paisity says, it's a noble effort. I think almost every Grenadian know who Harold Paisity is. So he's he's on this morning checking you guys out, and so it's a good thing. And so I like the fact that you guys are considering and reaching out to the people who have contributed in various ways in society, and trying to pull them out of retirement to come back and impart their knowledge to these kids, because it is so imperative that the parents and the community feels comfortable with letting these young kids between the ages of 6 and 16, who are very impressionable, go out there and be handled by the coaches that you guys will pick and have picked. And so I'm very happy that you guys are doing what and is necessary, putting the programs in place to make sure that the ones who are going to be working with the kids are the right people to do so.
Yeah, and one of the things that we want to emphasize is that we are also doing the program in Pearls, in Seamoon, the Seamoon area, and we've seen the interest of the kids, and it's been overwhelming. We've honestly, it's more than we expected at first, and unfortunately, that particular area has its challenges. Children are a bit disenfranchised in those areas. Some of them don't have shoes, they don't have the proper equipment to play basketball, but their response was inspiring to us. Even though they didn't have all the gear and they didn't have all the fancy stuff, they were still interested in learning the sport and availing themselves to be taught different values and different things that they can adapt in life. So Pearls is one of the areas that we really have a deep passion for, and the Seamoon areas particularly, because we know that people there do need the help. And we think that a program like this would bring along the children who are less fortunate and also instill discipline and so in them. So that is something that we are very passionate about.
Excellent. And we're going to take a short break here. And when we come back, we'll talk about some of the other things that you have in store for the young people and for the community at large in Grenada.
Hey, I got some good news for you. Looking for a passionate immigration lawyer with experience that spans over 2 decades? Someone trusted that served immigrant families just like yours? Well, look no more. Now you can benefit from her personal and professional experience. Diane Winter Funde. Schedule a consultation now and get assistance with your immigration journey. Specialize in adjustment of status, B1 business visa, B2 visitors visa, consular processing, deportation defense, naturalization, and more. Give us a call today at 813-815-3529. That's 813-815-3529, or online at winterimmigration.com. Attorney Diane Winter Funde. Law done differently.
Welcome back to Rise in the Morning. And so, bringing back our guys on. Yes, yes. So, you guys have certain things planned for the upcoming few months of the year. And I noticed that you have, you're going to be hosting Grenville Basketball Court Cleanup Drive.
Yes,
Oh,
this is something that's will be coming up soon in terms of cleanup drive. We have looked at the court from the coach's perspective in Grenada, and they really and truly want to cause look make that court have an upgrade in terms of its look. So Dwight is actually spearheading that right now in Grenada and trying to ensure that the court is in the condition that we would like to have a court to invite young men and women to be part of.
Oh, that's wonderful because you also want to make sure that it looks good. And when the parents come to see their kids play, they look at something where it's not just a rundown, dilapidated place, but it looks like if you guys are serious about helping these young people do something great with their lives. We have Ulrich Schoon also tuning in.
Well,
He
yeah.
said, "Blessed morning to you guys."
Doctor, just want to also mention that one of the reasons why we had a deep conversation on the idea of court maintenance, and we believe that if we put that back into the hands of the young men and women, it will be something that they will be taking care of. They would own it. So we're looking for them to own that facility themselves and really and truly not just depend on others to clean the facility, but to really and truly clean the facility themselves. And that would lead to some level of ownership, and we will have the best condition that the court could be in.
If I should butt
And
in here, Granty,
yes.
also the court is now under the guidance of the ministry. And we have reached out to Colin Peters, who has assured us that they would work along with us. So we're looking to form a partnership with them. We're looking to work along with the ministry within their guidance to ensure that we can have a facility that is at the level we would like to have and that everything is in conjunction. So is working properly. So we are working on that. So it's not just the community trying to do it, but we also want to have the ministry on board to make sure that we can all put this thing together to make it a success.
That's wonderful, and I'm just looking forward. I'm hoping that they, if they don't have already some sort of uh, bleachers, some sort of seating, so that people can go and watch and encourage the young people when they practice and when they have games. I am hoping that you guys are also looking into that. If there are bleachers, that they will fix them and paint them up and make the place look, spruce it up, make it look nice,
Well,
you know.
well, to that, other than just the bleachers, what we are looking to do is to have a facility where we can conduct training sessions and where we can do some of the clinics, of the code clinics with the kids and with the community at large. So if we have a program that we can run somewhere there, that we can invite the community, that we can stream to have people all over having access to. So we want it to be a hub where we disseminate information, where we put things together, where the community can start to heal and to come together again.
Uh,
Excellent,
ju-
excellent.
Doc,
Someone else?
just to add to what Suli is saying,
Hmm.
part of our future initiative is to be able to get like a camcorder, video stuff, and so that we can set up where we can not only stream, but when we want to do leadership workshops, social intelligence workshops, stuff like that, that the kids could have an opportunity to sit in a room somewhere and learn these new skills and develop from there. Because we just don't want it to just be a basketball training, as we said in the beginning, but we really want the impact at another level. And these are some of the equipments that we're looking forward to bring to the kids so that we can have that type of equipment available at any point in time so that we can really and truly impact their lives.
You see, I was correct, right? I saw what you guys wanted to do, and that's great. We have Glendon Christopher saying, "Hey, comrades, good morning, great program, all the best." And Amaran says, "Great job, guys." And what I'm looking at also is that you guys are looking to eventually provide or facilitate scholarships to the program members, and that I'd like to see.
We
Well,
do
yeah.
all
Sorry. Go ahead, Timon.
you first.
You guys
No,
are so
I'm saying,
passionate about this. I
that
like that.
that is the entire goal, and we want to take someone with potential as far as they can go. So we just see ourselves as facilitators, and it wouldn't only be just for basketball. Any youth, anybody with some talent that we can help better, we will do that. And hence the reason why we choose the structure of a fraternity as opposed to the traditional structures that we're accustomed to, where you have a president, a CEO, a president, treasurer, this kind of stuff. What we're doing is we have it as a fraternity, which is we have a steering committee in the entire group that comes up with ideas or that ensure that the group stays on its path with our long term, medium term, short term goals. So we just see as a steering committee, but each project will be approached differently. So if we're doing a cleanup campaign, there will be somebody ahead of that campaign. There would be somebody walking along with them. We'll have at least two people at any time spearheading a campaign, and we will choose a team that is best suited to execute and deliver on that campaign. So it does not have one person doing too much or overwhelm people, because people's availability would vary from time to time. So that way, even someone that is not part of the steering committee or even part of the group could even lead a project for us, and we work along with them. And that is what we wanted to do. So the idea is not only to get scholarships and take kids to the highest level, but to make the kids the best human beings they can be. There are several leaders in our community who have not gone to scholarship, who has not been, but they do exceptional things within the community, within the lives of others. And that is what we're trying to do. We want to make everybody the best they can be. So a kid that doesn't make it to college doesn't say he cannot contribute. There are a lot of people that contribute in sports who haven't even played sports. So these are the kind of things we want to encourage and remove the stereotypes and open the playing field for everybody to contribute.
And that is good because they might not have been, you know, sports people, but they can also contribute in the other aspects of things that you guys are looking to put in place to developing the entire man, the entire person. And so they don't have to be an ex basketballer or cricketer or anything like that, but they can contribute in some way, shape, or form. And so I'm noticing that you guys also, it says the fraternity is currently spearheading a collective effort from our community and members overseas in the diaspora to facilitate the program's continuation. And so let's talk a little about that.
So one of the things that we are embarking on as it is right now is that we're in the midst of having or planning Christmas tree lighting. That's one of the activities that we have planned for the end of the year. Um, what we are trying to do is to give back to the community, but give gifts that are pertinent to the sport, or give gifts that can help the students or the children develop as they go along their journey. Now, we are going to need the assistance of people in the diaspora, particularly because we intend to ship the gifts that we're going to be giving to Grenada so that we can distribute possibly between December 17th or December 19th. That's when we are looking to host that event. Now, aside from just giving to the children in the program, because I mean, you can give things like basketball shoes. Many of the children don't have the appropriate shoes to play the game. So that is something we're seeking for in terms of donations. We're always in need of items like balls and so, but we are going to try to specifically address the kid as an individual. So they may need some particular clothes that would be more appropriate for basketball. They may need other gears that they can use to practice and to be better, or even in their personal lives, they're in school, they might need something that could be used to develop themselves. A really interesting part of our Christmas tree lighting is to give to the basketballers, give to the community of children who are not necessarily a part of the program. So it serves as a means of encouraging them to join. But we are also looking to give to the Kajona home. Now, many times we kind of forsake or we do not necessarily remember the elderly people who have already done their part and contributed. And sometimes we just concentrate on the kids when it comes to gift giving and Christmas time. But we are particularly going to spearhead an effort to have items available to the Kajona home that we can give to the elderly people. And what we are going to do is that we're going to use the kids to give those gifts to the elderly people. Um, One of the sons of Dwight Gibbs, actually Dwight Gibbs' son, plays music. He plays the violin, and there are other kids in the program, in the basketball program, that plays music. So our intention is to have an evening where we can interact with the elderly people. We go there, we play some music for them, we make them feel alive, and we make them feel what we're feeling as young people. And then we give gifts to them as a means of contributing to their comfort at the Kajuna home. So all of this is really an effort to give back to the community, and the diaspora is going to be important in giving to help that activity come to fruition. So this is our pet project right now. This is what we're putting all hands on deck for. So we are hoping that people would contribute. We have a shipment point that you can send your items to in New York. We can send you the information. You can email us if you want specifics, or we can. You will see it scrolling across the screen where you can contact us. But we want you to contribute. So if it's just to, let's say you want to go on Amazon and buy some shoes that could be used for the kids, you can just ship it off to the necessary address that you see there, and we would have it shipped. We'll just collect everything and send it off to Grenada.
And that is so great. I just want to let you know that Steve Antoine says extremely encouraging, guys. Let's make it happen. So that's someone who we know will be contributing. God bless. Curlin Peters said good morning to his friends, and Joanne Warner says
Good
thank
morning,
you
Claude.
for your concern for the youth. This is sorely required. And so it is a great thing that you guys choose to do for your community. And I know that you guys are from St. Andrews and proud to be from St. Andrews. And we're hoping that other parishes will see your lead and will want to join with you guys and make this thing a huge success in the lives of the young people in Grenada, in all the parishes. And I know you guys talk about someone in St. John's looking to piggyback off what you guys are doing. So give us a little information on that.
Well, as I said, we will be starting in St. Andrews, but we're hoping that this thing could just go nationwide. Um, I've spoken to Coach Naka Joseph out of Gov and tell him about the program that we're trying to do. And he thinks that is something that can actually be replicated in Gov because they already have the foundation on the ground. They already have youth programs and so running. So the involvement of the diaspora, I think, would be the biggest kick to that. But as we did, for instance, with Granty and I, Skywalker's Hawks relationship back in the day where we will help each other with fundraisers and different programs, we are willing to help and to work with any group of people, wherever they are from, but especially in Grenada, to share what we have learned, to share our pitfalls, to share our successes, and to see if we could bring them along, to help some of these grassroots organizations to spring up, especially the connection between the diaspora and home. Because there is a lot of us in the diaspora, and there is a lot we can offer, at a minimum cost. So it is irrelevant what part of Grenada you're from. It is irrelevant what you're trying to do. If it's a project that we can align ourselves with, if it's a project we can help with, we are willing to give that. You understand? And even here in our group, we have a lot of people. We have people like Ulrich Schoon and those guys that are here that are working with us. Look, Colin and I was best friends, and he's in the ministry now, so we would work along. So these are the things we're looking to do. There are a lot of people in the communities, across the community, that can come together to form synergies that can take us forward. You understand? I remember growing up, a guy like Patrick Simmons used to be around, and he helped shape us as youth on the court when it comes to discipline and so on, because he didn't used to play when it comes to those things. So there's a lot of people from all aspects of life in Grenada that can come together. So anybody from any community within Grenada, reach out to us. We will see what we can do to help you put together a similar structure so that we can all give back to the communities.
And I just remember something we talked about, how you guys were able to raise funds when you were young men, very young men. I want you guys to tell them about the ice cream sales story.
Um, Dr. Z, even before I talk about the ice cream sale, I just want to
Uh-huh.
I want persons to know that we are silent partners. We don't want to be in the front of everything and our faces, not because we're on the show right
Exactly.
now. We're making an appeal right now to the community, but we don't want to be the one at the forefront of stuff. We want to be silent partners in everything that happens. We want to be contributors. We want to be there to help you with your program, develop it, structure it, put it together, but we want to be silent partners because we want the glory and the fame to go back to the person that is coaching, the person in front of the community, the person who is doing the manual work on the ground. So that's very important to us. But to get onto the ice cream sale, as kids growing up, I remember that when we were looking for funds, we decided, you know what, the best way to go is maybe sell ice cream in Grenville. So right around Archibald area by the Market Square was a prime location. Sully from Granbar, the Skywalkers, Salisbury Hawks, we partner a lot to sell ice cream. But one of the things that used to happen is that we would borrow ice cream cans from persons in the community. And my mother had an ice cream can that she bought from Trinidad, and we took it and we went there. But the master of the ice cream was Patrick Simmons. So Patrick Simmons was able to blend sauce up ice cream, guava ice cream, coconut ice cream. He had a master in blending. And we were the can turners, and we will walk through the community. I would tell you, literally walk through the community, asking everybody for a little bag of ice, a little bag of ice, a little bag of ice. And then if you don't get enough, then we will go to the fish market and get some ice. But one of the things that we learned from that, and I could tell you that that ice cream sale helped us buy uniforms, buy sneakers, buy sweats, buy gears for us as basketball team. But by and large, I know for a fact that some of these funds went to the St. Andrews Basketball League to help coordinate competitions and to
If I
sponsorships. So really and truly, the ice cream sale was interesting. It was great. It actually taught me selling skills because today I'm a master sales trainer, and that I think came from just selling ice cream on the side of the road. I never thought that I would be a master sales trainer today, but today I am because I
There
was
we go.
a kid.
If I should jump in here, Granty, and I will make sure to mention we borrowed your mom's ice cream can up front. That will not cost me again. Yes, we borrowed her can. And Paul and Andrews was one of the person that used to lend us a can initially. I remember we going to Patrick Simmons' house, Earl Klein and I, and Patrick taught both of us. So we went there for a couple of weeks, and we learned to make the ice cream. And then we came back to Grambers and Skywalkers, and we taught everybody in Skywalkers. So what we did is we split it up in groups so that everybody don't have to go there every week, although we were all there every week, even if you're not scheduled to be there. Each group had 2 leaders, and each of the leaders learned to make the ice cream, and their responsibility was to teach everybody in their group how to make ice cream. So I can proudly say every member of Skywalkers could make homemade ice cream, coconut, sour stuff, and all that. Now, what we started to do, Paul and Andrew at the time she had a store and she sold ice cream can. I remember we took our first can on hire purchase from her, and we paid it off so fast we got another can. So before long we had about 3 ice cream cans. So we didn't have to borrow Granty Mom's ice cream can anymore. We was very grateful for that.
You learned.
Yeah, so it
You
really
learned.
helped. Really helped. And as Granty said, I think we made an average $400-500 a month just selling ice cream alone. And when you put the car washes in the car park and all that with it, it really helped. We were able to outfit the team with literally everything. And if you were a member of Skywalkers at the time, if you got injured or sick while during a club activity, we would pay your medical bills. If you get sick outside of that, we would pay 50%. And we will loan you the other 50%, but I haven't recalled anyone paying on that loan.
But it was good that you guys said you were loaning them, okay?
One of the things that was really interesting for us, because I think we've learned at a very young age to to be leaders in our communities. We were able to, my team, Salisbury Hawks, we had mandatory for the team to go to a church service before every tournament. Mandatory for the team to go to a church service. I mean, everyone on the team, careless in religious background, we decide on what church we're going to attend in the community, and we all church. And before every senior competition or final competition or final games or championship level games, we all go on the Sunday to church as a team together. And we have Friday meetings where we sit down and trash out conflict resolutions on a Friday evening, where we put the candles, not only natural lights, no electricals, just candles, and everybody who have grievances, they're going to share it on a Friday, and we're going to be straight up on how we resolve it. Outside of that, that kind of a transcend to the next level of leadership. We also had a mandatory doctor visit for every member of the team before every competition. And we deal with the doctor visit because we need to know the results, and we sit down and trash it out. But this was building us in that short time. We were learning skills and developing skills that we did not realize today when I look back at what we have done as young men in our early 20s. As a matter of fact, Suli and I started this when we were 19 years of age, being involved at that level. It is imperative for the kids today to be at that level, even younger than where we started, to start in them that way.
But Granty, an important point here I want to make is that although we started that, so for instance, in the creation of the Skywalkers, we knew Gerard Sincere was very instrumental. He was our first coach, and he helped instill the discipline. He helped put it, but we also had a structure we had ITIL Football Club before. So those guys had already set the path, and we had a mantra where we didn't want to be dependent on anybody. I mean, Coca-Cola was our sponsors. There has been great sponsors over the years, and it's the way we relate to them. I think we was able to maintain it, but we wanted to be independent. But outside of that, we had people like Jared, who is from Lane Blazers. You had Schoon from a different era. You had Patrick Simmons from different. So Naka Joseph was even from Guab, and he contributed. So what I'm saying is we had people we could have reached out to who could have considered your rival, but contributed to our development. We went to help Sally's Hawks, for instance, in their fundraisers, and we work along with everybody. So the point I'm trying to make, that even if we are rivals, or even if there are people that are not directly affiliated with your organization at that time, they can have a contribution to make. And because the guys like Schoon and Tricks and all these guys really made even guys like Gobert and them that wasn't even playing basketball, my grandfather and these guys, they came out to support us and to make sure everything happened. And this is the point I want to make.
Yeah, I also want to add to the earlier point that we make in terms of having the veterans come back out, the older persons in our communities who is retired. One of the things I could say is that as a community, we never, ever asked for a sponsorship from any business organization. Everyone in our community give $20 every year to buy uniforms for the kids who is playing basketball in Salisbury Road. And we had the older folks like OJ and Dugood and Wang and Giddens. All of these guys were so important to us. They were older guys. They didn't play basketball. They played soccer. But because they played a discipline, and they were very structured in terms of putting us together and making sure that we stand firm to the belief. And for us, our slogan was, "We believe." And people ask us, "What do you believe in?" And we can give you an entire story on what we believe in. That is what really built us in terms of, and this is why it's important that we have the older persons in our communities who have the skills, the knowledge, the expertise, especially in leadership, conflict resolution, emotional intelligence, social intelligence, to come out and impact these young people.
Just to strengthen your point, Granty, in Grambas, when we had an event, everybody contributed. So when we had our annual fiesta, somebody will contribute all sorts of stuff. And the reason we were able to make so much profit was because a lot of the stuff was donated. You understand? Outside of working along with the businesses and negotiating deals and so on, everybody in the community contributed and came out. You understand? I remember when Skywalkers is playing, the entire Gramba come down to support us. From my grandfather, Mr. Coxell, he has been instrumental, in our lives and in sports. in the community, we had so many people in Grambus that came out. All the guys, whether you're a Rasta, you're a ballad, you're whatever, came out to support us. Yeah, and that made it because we all knew the community was bigger than us. So it was bigger than an individual. I was a president, and I made a comment to a junior player at a time, and I was brought in front of the disciplinary committee, who are my peers and my friends, and I was fined and put on probation because of the way I spoke to the junior player. So these are the kind of things that we have, and these are the things they held us accountable for what we were trying to do.
And I'm going to say this. You guys, I know you guys can stay on and talk for the rest of the morning. you you are so passionate about this. But unfortunately, our time has slipped by. And I just want to say that listening to you guys, I know that this is going to be something that will succeed because you guys looking at where you are in your life right now, the things that you have been able to accomplish, it's because of that structure that was taught to you when you were young and you just younger, okay, and you just want to give back. And so we are saying hi to Doran Mark. We are saying to our diaspora out there, if you guys would like to give back, help these young men give back in a great way to the Grenada, to the St. Andrews community, and other communities. Um, we're going to put the information up again. Make the call, send an email, and get ready to help do something phenomenal in Grenada for young people. Again, it's not just young men, but also young women.
Yeah.
And so we're going to take one more quick break, and then we'll come back and wrap this whole thing up for the morning.
Rise in the morning. Your day just got started.
Everybody rise.
Rise with Dr. Z.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live.
Wake up and live.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live. Everybody rise.
Rise in the morning.
Wake up and live.
Rise in the morning. Your day just got started. Rise with Dr. Z. Wake up and live.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live. Everybody rise.
Welcome back to Rise in the Morning with Dr. Z. And, I want to make this comment because I listened to you, Stephen, and you talked about the team, the entire team, going to church, making sure that you guys go to church and ask God's blessing on those really, really great matches that and I guess you did well at those matches. But acknowledging that, you know, there's a higher power, God is in charge, was very, very good. And I'm hoping that you guys do the same, instill the same thing into those young men and women that you are basically mentoring and trying to help develop a good life for them. And so, unfortunately, our time, let me see, Joyce Smith says they're very passionate for their cause and will succeed. That's exactly what I'm saying. You guys are very passionate. And guess what? We're going to have you guys back on at a later date. Let us know what has transpired, how it's going with the Christmas program that you guys are planning for the elderly and so on. And just know, all listening audience out there, that these guys are the steering committee, part of the steering committee for this group. And if we just go by their passion, we know that this is something that's going to happen and it's going to, well, it's already happening and it's going to succeed. So I want you guys to reach out, help in whatever way possibly you can. All right. So just very short last words from you guys. Very short.
So once again, we'd like to thank you very much for the opportunity for having us here. We are the St. Andrews Basketball Fraternity. Our objective is to affect the lives of children and young people in our community, but we need the support of the diaspora. So we're hoping that you would send us an email at sabfgrenada@gmail.com and let us know how you're willing to help. We are more than willing to accept your items or even your monetary contributions towards the development of basketball in Grenada and St. Andrews.
And thank you, before you go, one of the things that impressed me with these young men is that they said to me, it's not about them. It's not about taking out pictures of what they do to help the young people. They like to do things behind the scenes, and that shows character to me. It is not about them and showing out what they could do and what they did, but it's about helping the people who need help, some of them behind the scenes, so that they will not be embarrassed or feel in any sort of way less. And so I thank you guys. I thank you, Kellon. Cullen says that you have his support, and Kathy says to come back again, guys. So they love you guys. They love your enthusiasm, and I want to say thank you again. Can I
Doctor,
have all of
before
them up on the
Doctor,
screen?
before we go, just one correction to the number for Jimmy Cornett. It is 845, not 864. 845-282-9232.
Eight
845.
Was it 846 or 845?
845.
845. Okay, so you gave us the wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so can that be changed, please? 845.
Yes.
845 282 9232.
Yes. Thank
Yes. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We look forward to having you guys again. Dwight Gibbs say thanks, Curlin. Okay.
can I just make
All
one,
right.
just
Yes.
one thing? I just want every person out there who is listening and who will be listening to the broadcast after that, what we're planning to do is to whatever collections that we can get from everyone, we want it by the 30th of October, so we can have the shipment goes out by the 8th of November. So if you're interested in being part of that process and help in that process, just think about the 30th of October as the last date for collection activities. And we can provide all of that information by a phone call, or if you can send us an email.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So again, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for sharing what you would like to do and what you are presently in the process of doing for young people in Grenada. And I want to reach out to anyone out there who has other projects in mind. And it does not have to be for only Grenada, for the Caribbean, even right here in America, Canada, any part of the diaspora, that you have a project which will help people. Does not have to be young people, it could be the elderly. Just reach out to Ride Along Live and let us know, so that we will highlight it and bring it out there, so people who are willing to contribute and willing to be part of it will have the opportunity to do so. Yes, Ulrich Schoon, my friend. Yes, it was a great program. Yes, I didn't tell you guys, I do know Ulrich Schoon very well.
And Dr. Z, one thing, people can also reach us on Facebook at SABF Grenada. So you can also
Mhm.
find us right there. Follow us. We post videos of what the kids are doing, the training
Yeah.
sessions, and what we are doing. So find us there also.
SABF Grenada.
Grenada. Yes.
Okay. Susan Charles wants to know.
Cash App and so on is coming. Suli's working on that right now, so
Yep.
soon we will have that on for everyone to be aware of.
Prior to Cash App, if you could just get in contact with Jimmy and we could facilitate that. What happened is this organization started as a grassroots organization. We didn't intend to take it as far as it is going organization wise, and it has spring out like in in a direction of its own. In the next 3 weeks or so, we will have a not-for-profit organization that we will have registered and all that, so that people can make contribution. Because we was trying initially to stay away from cash contributions, because of some of the negative aspect of that. We just wanted people to give back how they can, but we realized we may have to go that route. So what we're doing is we're doing it officially. We're in the process of putting together a not-for-profit organization. We'll make it 501c3 for those here in the US who can get their tax rebates on that. And that information will be posted shortly on our Facebook page. We say within about 3 to 4 weeks, we should have everything up and running. But meanwhile, you could contact Jimmy and we could organize for Cash App to be done.
Excellent. Now, Ulrich, behave yourself. He says, don't let out his secret. I won't, okay? I won't let it out. That's between you and I, okay? But again, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I enjoyed doing the show with you, and I look forward to having you back again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you are doing for the youths in Grenada. And keep up the good work, young men, and all the others that are affiliated with you. Okay? Thanks again. Now, I just have a few words for the entire listening audience. May all your stress be washed away, and peace, love, and happiness surround you today. May God shower you with an abundance of his blessings. And may you have a lovely, beautiful day. And may the grace of God and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit rest, remain, and abide with us all, now and forevermore. Amen. And Dwight Gibbs says, thanks right along. Susan Charles says, great show and God bless. God bless you guys. And I want you guys to know that I believe that we are going to have people out there who will contribute and will send things in so that it will bless the young ones at home and their family. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Hey, yeah. Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll, and it's been so long, but I'm finally home. And what better place,
Guys, are you still there?
to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. God bless the land waiting for me. I spend my life away, but this is where I wanna be. My little piece of the ocean is all I need. If it was up to me, I'll never leave. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our life. Sweet Grenada, this is home.
Rise in the morning. Your day just got started.
Everybody rise.
Rise with Dr. Z.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live.
Wake up and live.
Everybody rise. Wake up and live. Everybody
Rise in the morning.
wake up and live.
Rise in the morning. Your day just got started. Rise with Dr. Z. Wake up and live.